What's up, guys? My name is Lil Waltier and welcome back to another review video. And it's been a long time since I made one of these videos, but I'm on summer vacation, so I could just make however many I want. So yeah, today we're going to be going over my entire CD collection. At the moment, I have filled up my first shelf of CDs right here. But yeah, this is about that's a lot. I don't even know. It's probably like, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So like about 28 spaces, give or take, of CD space. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me just slide it over somewhere else so I can show you guys the CDs. So yeah, so starting off with my Korn collection. So yeah, starting off with this, the big albums, I think, what's it called, like the classic 5. So this is Korn, they're self-titled. Life is Peachy, their second one, my personal favorite. Follow the Leader, Issues, and Unstoppables. And yeah, these are really good albums in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's really good. But yeah, I got that at a music store, of course. Okay, let's see, so that one on top. Sorry, I'm organizing these. There it goes. Okay, so right there, and right there. I'm actually gonna keep this up here, because why not? Don't push that all the way to the back. But yeah. So that was the entire Korn collection right there. Not very much to see. And then here is a Future CD called I Never Liked You. See my reflection. Yeah, here's Future right here. And the disc, I Never Liked You. And this was like his latest album, I think, around the time when I got it. Now I'm not sure if it is still his latest. But yeah, and then here is Michael Jackson. I went over my Michael Jackson collection a while back. I have Thriller. This is like one of my Thrillers because I have two. I have the 40th anniversary, and I have just the original, just Thriller. And yeah, the disc, and yep, there it is. Then I have Bad right here. This one is pretty cool. And yeah, Michael Jackson. Honestly, Bad is one of my least favorites. I think it has a lot of good songs, but when it comes to like creativity and stuff, I don't feel like it's at its Michael Jackson was at his highest. Like, I think for Thriller, he was at like his very best, and Bad was okay, but I think it was still like a little bit of a downgrade. And then he did better on Dangerous. But yeah, this is Blood on the Dance Floor right here. His little remix album with like 5 new tracks. And let me open that up, yeah. And I like this disc, one of my favorite designs. Like, it has like beads, and yeah, I think it looks really cool. And then I have his last album, and his most, in my opinion, his most underrated of all time. This album is so good. Like, I listened to it for the first time, I was like, well, this is garbage. It doesn't sound anything like his original stuff. But taking away it doesn't sound like his original stuff. And I just listened to it as an album. Like, it's really good. It's really like unique too. It's like he's mixing like rap and electronic stuff. It's very unique. Very surprised when I first heard it. Yeah. And then I have this, I think it's like one of my oldest CDs, like from when I was like little. And his number ones. I think I got this for Christmas one time, along with my Michael Jackson Ultimate Collection pack or whatever it was. And this is Stop Till You Get Enough, and just a bunch of his hits. It's really good. Then moving away from Michael Jackson for a bit, because we're going to go back to another Michael Jackson, some more Michael Jackson. We have Slipknot's album, We Are Not Your Kind, which I think is really good. It's their first album with Jay Weinberg, and I think it's very good. I forget all the members. Oh, I guess he was a member. Tortilla Man was a member already, which is kind of weird. So they had already left with Faf or whatever his name is. Yeah, they already got rid of him. And then we have Nirvana's 30th anniversary CD deluxe edition, or 2 CD. This one always gets stuck in my thing and it's really annoying. Let me see if I could grab this out of here. Let me take out this real quick. Always does this crap. There we go. Okay. So I can put that back. We'll get to that later. But yeah, this is Nirvana's Nevermind 30th anniversary edition. And I think it's really cool. A lot of pictures of the band that we've never seen before. I'm one of those people that feel like Nirvana is a very good band, but I don't think they're that good. When it comes to like technicality and just like stuff like that, like Kurt is not the best guitar player at all. And he's a very mid guitar player in my opinion. Like he just, I don't know. It's very basic stuff. There's all power chords. There's no variety, to be honest. And yeah, his music was cool and all that, but I think it's overhyped because he died, and Nirvana's more of a fashion statement nowadays. Anyway, this is Red Hot Chili Peppers' first album. Getting into my Red Hot Chili Peppers collection now. Red Hot Chili Peppers, their very first album. Very good album. Just the producer kind of screwed it up a little. It is cracked, by the way. It's freaking annoying. I always get CDs that are cracked, and then yeah. So this is the album. I think it looks just phenomenal. It's pretty cool because this is 1984, and CDs usually didn't look like this. But it was probably because like a digital remaster. Yeah, this is the definitive remaster, whatever it says. Yeah, it doesn't close properly because it's broken. Then we have Freaky Styley, their second album, which I think is like the most funk they've ever gone, and it's really good. Another definitive remaster. And yeah, very good album. Let's see. I always have a hard time opening this one. I'm always afraid I'm going to break it. Yeah, Freaky Styley. Always love this album. Look at how young they look. It's crazy. And I think they still had some other dude as their drummer at the time. Yeah, they had some other dude. I always forget his name. I always forget his name. Like Cliff Martinez or something. I don't know. And then this one is the first album with all of the founding members of the band. I just cracked my neck. Yeah, the Uplift Mofo Party Plan, definitive remaster. I think this album is like their best when it comes to like their 80s stuff. That's a really big hot take because, you know, all the Frusciante lovers be like, oh, I like Mother's Milk way better because it's, you know, it's John Frusciante. But like, come on, dude, like it's not the best when it comes to their 80s stuff. It felt like more like forced, to be honest. Like this was just all natural fun, but Mother's Milk felt like forced, like it wasn't natural anymore. But yeah, so this is that. Did I already open this? No, I didn't. Okay, so yeah. Very good album. Just absolutely amazing album. I think the production could have been a little bit better, but I think it's really good still. And then I have Red Hot Chili Peppers' Mother's Milk on this, and it's also broken. Another definitive remaster. These are all from a different record label. I always forget. I think it's from, I forgot what it's called, EMI or something. I think it's from, I think they were with EMI and then they went to Warner. And this was their first album with Frusciante. Yeah. The first album with Frusciante, Mother's Milk. And I have Blood Sugar Sex Magik on vinyl, but I'll get to vinyl later. in another video. And then this is their album after Blood Sugar Sex Magik. It's with Dave Navarro. He was with Jane's Addiction, another pretty cool band. But it's a very underrated album. It's like the black sheep of all their albums. Like, no one talks about this one. But I think it's really good. People say this is the album where they sold out and they became all like gothic and emo. But like, I mean, they have Dave Navarro. I mean, look at Dave Navarro. He's like the most emo guitarist there is. There he is. Very weird. Yeah, pretty good album. I definitely don't think it's one of their best, but I think it's really good still. Going back to Michael Jackson, this is his double album. It's like it has like a greatest hits collection and a whole new album of new stuff, History. It's one of my favorites. It's where the experimentation went all over the place, and in a couple songs he actually rapped, and I was kind of surprised. And yeah, it's really cool. There's a little packet right here, and then there's the disc. And I'm not really sure what this is for. I think it could be to hold the disc in place better, but I'm not too sure. It's kind of weird. Yeah, really cool. I think this is one of the most underrated albums, to be honest. Not a lot of people, like Michael Jackson fans, immediately go to History when they talk about great Michael Jackson albums, because that one is amazing. And going back to the Chili Peppers, we have By the Way. It's my personal favorite. They began to they went in a completely different direction in this album, mostly because John Frusciante was writing most of the stuff. But it's a very, very good album. It's a masterpiece. It's like one of my favorite albums of all time, if not the favorite. But John Frusciante wrote most of the stuff, and it sounds really good. Like, they sound a lot like, I forgot, Radiohead. They kind of sound like the Ben's Radiohead a little bit, but of course Anthony Kiedis is not like the best singer of all time or anything. He's a very mid vocalist when it comes to singing, but I think on this album he did a very good job. But this is like peak John Frusciante stuff, and like, people don't give a lot of credit for Anthony for the way he was singing on this album. Like, the singing was like really good, and for someone that, you know, never liked to sing on their albums, and was mostly a rapper, and I think he did a really good job. Even if there was pitch correction, you would never tell if there was pitch correction, because, you know, his voice just, like, it's not like he's just singing. Like, he has like dynamics, you know. He has, like, he sings like, how do I explain it? He sings like, you know, like if there's a song that's like where you're singing really smooth, his voice is really smooth. It's not like really, you know, like forcing it. Like, it's really like nice and smooth. This is their album Stadium Arcadium from 2006, the year I was born. Very good album. It's a double album. Huge album. Huge. Has like about 28 songs. It's kind of ridiculous. To this day, I still haven't really listened to the album in full. Yeah, this is Stadium Arcadium, and it goes in two sections. What's this one? This one's Jupiter and Mars. So they have two sections, and both really good. I prefer Jupiter, to be honest. Then the second half is like, it's like it kind of drowns out too long. I wouldn't have been too sad if they released a completely like whole other album. Like, they released Stadium Arcadium, and then they released that right after, or, you know, they released Jupiter and then Mars. But I think it's still a pretty cool idea. And then jumping to their next album after this, they waited 5 years, and John Frusciante left again to make electronic music. So they started making music with Josh Klinghoffer, another very underrated musician. Bro can play guitar, bass. He can play everything. He's a very good singer, very amazing vocal range. But yeah, this is like one of my first like albums that I really liked by the Chili Peppers. Even when I was like super young, always hearing it all the time on the the radio, and just hearing it in general was like really, you know, cool. Especially because my dad had a CD of it. And it's just super good album, super underrated. People talk too much trash about it because Frusciante's not on it, but come on, you know, he's trying his best. And this is their second album and their last album with Josh Klinghoffer, The Getaway. People always call it The Gateway, and it makes me mad. This is The Getaway. You know, goofy. They're all covered in paint, and this dude is like, oh my god, I don't want to be here. And yeah, I wonder what like the meaning behind like the you know, this, like, there's 4 animals, there's 4 of them, you know, there's 4 characters in, you know, there's 4 people in the band, you know, so, you know, what, like, which one is which, you know, like, which singer or which musician is which, I don't know. And then I had the Chili Peppers' latest album on CD. They have 2 latest albums pretty much. They released Unlimited Love, which I have on record, and then I have this one on CD, and I think it's, artwork is amazing. And this album is pretty good. It's not like, you know, By the Way or anything, but it's definitely an amazing album. They're like, you know, they're in their 60s and they're still making music like, you know, passionate as this. And amazing artwork. I'm just tripping out because it just looks like you can't tell what anything is. It's kind of trippy. And then the disc. It's really cool. And yeah, really sick. What's next? Michael Jackson Thriller 40. It comes in a different case, but I don't have it. Oh, I think it's over there. I think it's over there on my shelf. This is Michael Jackson Thriller 40, and I think it has the original album in the first section. Yeah, so in the first section has this album, and then on the second half it has a bunch of demos and stuff. I'm burping here. There we go. Yeah, I think it's a very good album. Of course, it's Thriller. It's the world's best-selling album. I literally have 2 of them. Then we get to Pantera. We have Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power. Pretty much like one of the first metal bands. No, that's not true. They're like the second wave of metal that I started liking. Like, I first started liking like Korn, and then I started getting into Pantera, and then I think after Pantera, I think was Sepultura. After Sepultura, I got into Metallica, which I still am into them today. And yeah, so we have Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, and there they are. It's like the beginning of groove metal, and I think it's a really good album. Super a good album. Alright, and then the next album is Korn. Korn Requiem. The latest album by Korn. I think it's really good. It's like they're going back to their old stuff. Has a crack in it, of course. This was actually a gift from my friend, Leroy. Shout out to Leroy, I guess. Just kidding, screw him. No. That's funny. Hopefully I can fix that. We'll fix it later. So yeah, so here's the first half. And this is the cover. And then this is the other half that broke off. That's holding the actual CD. Requiem. I'll have to put that back later. And then we have Pantera's Far Beyond Driven deluxe set, which I think is pretty cool. It has disc 1, has the actual album, Far Beyond Driven, then Far Beyond Bootleg, which is, I guess, their live performance, live from Donington, 1994. And super good. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It has like the piece of rebar, or whatever that is, the drill bit. And yeah, really cool. Far Beyond Bootleg, Far Beyond Driven. It's really cool. The original picture was actually instead of a skull getting drilled, it was actually a woman's posterior, as they put it. And then we have, I have to take this out again. We actually have our first Metallica CD of this, Ride the Lightning. Put that back. yeah, Ride the Lightning, super amazing album. I love like just the best freaking lineup of songs. I think they could have taken out Trapped Under Ice and Escape though, to be honest. But oh my god, some of the most amazing songs. The first 4 songs, like the best run of 4 songs I've ever heard. I still haven't really listened to Trapped Under Ice. I've heard Escape. Call of Cthulhu, haven't really listened to fully. But I know they're like super good. That's a super good album. And yep, they got the chair. What's the disc look like? I've never seen the disc. I guess I have. Yeah, old school looking disc. I have other Metallica records on record, but we'll get to the records later in another video. And then I have their album where they like super sold out, Load, and I think it's really good. I don't know why it's so hated. Very underrated album. I personally prefer the vibe of this album rather than Reload. Cause I don't know, Reload just seems like too like forced. I don't know, it's just that forced thing. Like it just feels like it's too like they're trying to push more music out of themselves, you know, get as much music as possible out. But I think this album, like, you know, the vibe they were trying to put, like, you know, they cut their hair short, you know, people made a big deal about that. These two, Lars and Kirk, wore eyeliner because they were trying to be all emo or something. And, you know, I mean, the vibe is pretty good on a lot of these songs. Like, it sounds a lot like grunge. At that time, like hard rock and grunge. I think it's pretty good. Like, you know, this run of songs, Ain't My Bitch, 2x4, The House Jack Built, Until It Sleeps, King Nothing, Hero of the Day, Bleeding Me. That right there is the best line of songs I've ever listened to. Like, I don't mean like they're the best songs in the world, but I mean it's like the best. Like, they just, it's just such a good lineup. But then in this half of the album that they completely left to the side, that part could be, you know, gone. But I think Mama Said, this song, oh, it's so good. It's just a very good, it's like a country like song. Very goofy country song. All right, on to the last CD. At the moment, I have The Great Southern Trendkill by Pantera. Their fourth album, second to last album. Very good album. Super intense. It's like this is like the heaviest music I will ever listen to. Because anything after this is like, you know, too hard. But basically, it's actually kind of funny these are next to each other because when Metallica released this in 1996, they released this in 1996, and Pantera was, I guess, mad that Metallica sold out. They sold out, so they decided, you know what, we're gonna make the heaviest recording ever known to man, and they pretty much did it. I mean, this is pretty much the hardest you can get when it comes to metal. Yeah, it comes with the first. It comes with the actual album, and then the outtakes, I guess, or like B-sides. No, I think it's like different versions, like live versions, demos, remixes. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's all of my albums that I own at the moment. But yeah, that is all the CDs that I own as of today. About 28. I don't think that's 20. I think it's like more like 25 or 4. But yeah, that is my entire CD collection. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.